Okay, so then today we're going to be talking about the blowout. The blowout is a super important service because we end all of our services with a great blowout. But we, especially specializing in extensions, we have a ton of guests that come out sick, especially just for the blowout. Like we do a lot of just blowout appointments
Mm-hmm.
all week long. So I was thinking part of the reason we can start this is we can go over some of I know issues that everybody has. Me and Melanie are mentors in our salon, so we have like quite a few girls that were training in the last year, and this was just some of the issues they had as far as blow drying. They struggled with trying to get the hair very smooth and like having it stay smooth, getting lift and volume and making the style last. Do you have any other ones, Mel, that you can think of?
Not getting the root all the way dry. I feel like sometimes like people are nervous to kind of like hit the dryer like close to the scalp because they're scared that they're going to not hurt, but burn the client.
Burn the client, yeah.
Mhm.
For sure. And I kind of think not getting the hair dry enough, not even just the root, but the hair altogether in
Yeah,
general, is like the main cause for the rest of the issues.
yeah, I
Sometimes,
agree.
yeah, sometimes the hair is just very hot while you're blow drying it. So it can appear to feel dry at first, but then when you go back, it is still a little bit damp and the style isn't going to hold if the hair is damp. We offer a few different blowout sessions in our salon, but the number one thing is we try to make this service just as luxurious as all of our other services. So just because they're only in for a blowout, we still make sure to offer them a beverage. We still offer eye masks and all the other like little additives we do during the shampoo. Every blowout appointment includes, the scalp massage. We always offer a treatment or like a clear gloss or something. So we discuss that during our consultations mostly. So that I know that even kind of sounds like a little out there if you've never done it, but we do a consultation for every blowout. So during the consultation, we make sure to, see if they're struggling with styling their hair in any way, if their hair is feeling dry to them, or if they feel like they have damage, what kind of style they're looking for today, if they wanted to leave just smooth with volume, or if they wanted curls.
Yeah, I think it's like really important to do a consult, especially like if they're getting a blow up like for an event, because they're obviously coming to you like for a certain look. So I think like really like seeing like even like why they're coming in for like a blowout is really important because
Mhm.
we have some people like Amanda was saying that just like come in like weekly or just like come in because they don't want to do their own hair. But when you have clients like coming in for like a special like reason, I think it's really important to do a thorough consultation.
Yeah, I think a lot of our weekly blowouts are mostly extension wearers,
Hmm.
just because if you're somebody that wore extensions, you would know it just takes so much longer to dry your hair and it can be kind of a pain. So having somebody else do it for you is just so much better. So I think that's why also our services, our blowout services are so popular is because we do so many extensions and so many of our guests in the salon wear extensions. But anyway, even someone that doesn't wear extensions, their blowout is going to be just as nice. So when we're booking a regular blowout, it's usually just an hour long. And that ensures us enough time to do the consultation, to do all the little steps and additives at the shampoo that we kind of talked about last week, giving us enough time for a head massage, giving enough time to do like a treatment or a gloss, and then bringing them back to the station, being able to blow them out, um, add their curls or whatever, and giving it time to cool before it's combed out. That's like one of the ways the blowout will last. One thing we do at our salon to really ensure that the client's style will last, and that they will have maximum volume throughout the whole week is we like to pin up our blowouts like as we're going. Do you want to touch on that a little bit, Melanie?
Yeah, so we'll actually use like little metal clips and pin up everything. We'll usually start in the front so that the hair can set and then you get most maximum volume in the front because that's usually what the client's looking for. And I feel like when you're doing that too, like I know like our newer girls, like when they're when they think that the hair is dry and they don't want to like put too much heat on the scalp, doing the front first and paint it up, you can kind of go back and see and like kind of almost like check your work and see if everything's dry too, which I really like. It's like an easier way of doing that.
Yeah. I also like the idea of pinning up the blowout too, because I think it's like a little extra added step that a client isn't going to do at home.
Yeah,
So
I
it
agree.
does make it feel that much more like luxurious is having somebody else pin it up for you and to really be able to see the benefits of that instead of just like running through it really quick with a blow dryer, because honestly, like anybody can do that at home. And like we said, it is a convenience thing, but you want to make that service feel extra special all the time. So we'll pin it up even if we're not planning on curling it. Like if they just want to leave smooth, that's okay. When you pin it up, making sure that like the tail of that section, because we like to over direct the hair forward so that they get that most volume, and then we roll it down nicely, and we kind of make sure to pin it strategically so that like the little tail ends aren't being like flipped a weird way so that they don't have any weird creases in their hair. So just making sure that that's very smooth as well. I know too, depending on the client's natural textures, kind of how we determine what brush we're going to use. I know if somebody has like very like coarse hair that's hard to get smooth, a lot of us prefer to use like a boar bristle brush to help, add that shine back in. What brushes do you prefer, Mel?
I don't know. I kind of use I usually go based off of like the size. I don't really do like the type of brush. I
Mhm.
feel like for me, like the way I blow dry, it doesn't really matter, but I do more of like the size. Like if they want like a lot of volume and like they're looking for like that blowout look, I'll use like a bigger round brush. And then if they want more of like a sleeker look, I'll use like a more of like a smaller medium size one.
Yeah, that's nice. I love ergo brushes. I'm
Yeah,
not
I
sure
do
if
too.
anyone in here has tried them. I'm obsessed with them. They have like a longer barrel, so I feel like you can fit more hair on it. And the barrel itself is metal, so it kind of helps heat the hair up as you're drying it, which is great for making a style last longer. Another very important thing when it comes to the blowout is choosing the correct styling products. So like your prep products, your styling products, and your finishing products, those are key to helping make the style last. In our salon, we use a lot of Kevin Murphy. So, I know what I love, like the Staying Alive spray for detangling. Anti-gravity lotion is my favorite to use before and with extensions. Lately, what we've been doing a lot is putting a little bit of that like in the ends of their extensions while it's dry, because I feel like it makes the extensions kind of fluff out a little bit more like natural hair versus it being like super slick and like very sleek. So there's no divide between the natural hair and um, the extension hair. And keeping in mind when somebody is wearing extensions or they're just their natural hair texture in general, like, are you going to want to add moisture into their hair? With extension wearers, you do. We love the calming cream by Loma. It has a lot of like extra added moisture because it's meant for curly or coarse haired people, but it's great for the extensions. What's your favorite products to use, Mel?
I love like a leave-in conditioner, the calming cream, and then if they need products to get the hair to hold like a curl, like some people's hair don't like it doesn't normally hold a curl, I'll use like a mousse, or we have the anti-gravity by Kevin Murphy. I like using that as well.
Yeah, those are all great. And then to your finishing products. So the way we do it is even if they are not going to want to be curled today and they want to leave smooth, I still let it cool for a few seconds. Like after I pin it down, take the pins out and let it fall down, just so that it's like cooling in its natural form. When I do curl it, we like to let the curl sit for a few minutes and then spray. I love the Session Flex spray by Kevin Murphy, and my favorite product of all time is the bedroom hair. Both
Yeah,
products help.
too.
Yeah, bedroom hair I think is the best because bedroom hair is like a mix between a hairspray and a texture spray, and it
Mm-hmm.
just really helps the hair kind of have like more of like that like PC like beachy look, and it really does help the curls last all week long. um yeah, do you want to touch on any other
Let's
finishing
see if
product?
anyone has like any questions or like stuff that they struggle with or like things that they like to do with blowouts. Let's maybe like do a discussion. If does anyone have any questions? maybe let's touch base on like how we do like comp blowouts,
Yeah.
or like we can touch on
So
like extension blowouts too.
yeah, so we offer 3 different blowout sessions on our website in our menu. So the first one is the signature blowout. It's 1 hour long. This is kind of what I was just touching on. It's 1 hour long. It includes a scalp massage, a treatment, or a gloss, the blowout and style, and it's 1 hour long. Then we have the luxury blowout. We recommend this service for anybody who wears extensions or anybody who has very long, thick hair, as this blowout's an hour and a half, and it is a little bit more expensive. I think it's $10 more.
Mhm.
And it includes all the same things as well. Um, the scalp massage, the treatment, the gloss, whatever they may need, which is great too for extension wearers to put a treatment on their extensions at services like this, because they're not always doing it at home, and the extension hair really does need the extra moisture. And then the last kind of blowout we offer is like a 1 week post blowout install, like after their install. So when someone comes in for extensions, we let them live with them for a week, and then we offer them to come back in and we blow their hair out for free. I mean, we get compensated for it, but the salon, we don't charge them anything for the service. And it does have, so this one's also an hour and a half to an hour and 45 minutes. At this service, you really want to make sure you're checking their scalp for tension or for anything that might be causing them pain or discomfort. This would be like the time to ask, like, is anything bothering you? This is where we go over the length of the extensions again. If everything feels like it's laying right after, because usually within 1 week, they've tried to style it at home. They, have lived with it for a little bit. They know what they like, what they don't like. And then we use some of the extra time in this blowout to educate the client on how to like properly wash the extensions, how to style it, how to curl it. We kind of figure out like what their struggles might be, and like we try our best to address them. Do you have anything to add to that?
I like the comp blowout like a week after, because if they're kind of like apprehensive, like on the fence about something like what you were saying, like you're kind of giving them like a week to kind of like do like a little like trial run almost with it. I like that, because I feel like when you're getting something new, you're kind of like, whenever you get a change, you're kind of just like apprehensive about it. So I like that we offer that, just so they can like really see like what they like, what they don't like. So kind of
Yes.
everything that you touch base on. I just feel like that's a really nice touch that we offer to the extension services.
It is, because it does really add into the experience. Another time we do comp blowouts is sometimes when we have like a newer girl in the salon, or pretty much anyone. I'll still do them from time to time. I just don't get booked with them like as much, neither does Melanie, since we are fully booked in the salon. But like if there's a newer stylist, we offer comp blowouts to new clients who haven't been in our salon before, because we do make sure that this service is just as luxurious as all of our other services. It's a great way to get the client in and to kind of see like what a service at Opulent Beauty entails. And we just do it the same way we would do any of the other blowouts. And during those appointments, we make sure to kind of touch on, client hair goals, what, they're looking for. And it's a great way to get like new clients in the door. I feel like that was a nice way that I built my business, is marketing that all over social media, that I was doing free blowouts. I had so many people who wanted to come in just for the free blowout, but then they ended up staying as a client for a really long time. Let's see. Is there any questions this far? No. Okay. Well, another way we kind of get people in the salon for blowouts is when somebody starts, especially for like extension wearers, when somebody starts wearing extensions, they can easily feel like overwhelmed with the amount of hair. So we bring it up right away. Like, feel free to come in the salon anytime just for a blowout. A lot of people also like to do it, especially blondes, because with our blowout services that we offer, a treatment or like a gloss with it, they really enjoy that, because blonde tones fade kind of quickly, or blonde hair can kind of appear more damaged and dry, especially in the winter time, or I'm sorry, the summertime, like in the sun with being in the pool and in the water. And they really enjoy coming in for a blowout like every couple weeks just to get like the moisture and things added back into their hair. So that was a great way to kind of like get people in. And then this kind of like goes just hand in hand with what we talked about last week as far as the shampoo. Like we want to keep like we talked about making the shampoo super like feeling great. Like everyone wants to feel relaxed. We want the blow dry to kind of have that same energy. So making sure that they just feel nice and comfortable. Like we were talking about warm towels. When we bring them back to the chair, we'll sometimes put like a warm towel around their neck if it's cold outside, and that kind of helps relax. We offer alcoholic beverages at the salon. We have snacks, all of those things that we offer during any other service, we make sure to keep during the blowout. Did you have anything else you want to add?
I'm trying to think of things that we add to elevate our blowouts too. Well, I like what Amanda touched on, that she built by when she switched salons over to our salon, that she offered the comp blowout. So I always like tell like the girls, even like if they already have clients, but they're still kind of like struggling like with gaps and stuff, just like go on Facebook or like people who like might engage with like their social media, like to shoot them a DM and be like, hey, like I feel like we'd maybe like be a good match. Like I'd love like you to come in and like to the salon and get like a free blowout like on me totally, or like a birthday blowout. Like I think I did this when I first started. I'd go through my Facebook friends and go to the birthdays, and then any like person that I thought like would be a good match for me, I'd like shoot them like a DM like either on their birthday or like the day before, because you can see that. I feel like that's a good way of building, because even if someone's like kind of nervous to switch stylists, it's a blowout. You can't like really mess that up or like not give like someone like what they want with that. So
and that's a great way too on like building client relationships, like reaching out to someone on their birthday, for example, is, you know, that the client's going to think like, wow, she thought about me on my birthday. Like, that's really great. Like, I would love to come in, and it just helps build like that relationship or friendship. And I love how Melanie said that, like, she just goes through her Facebook friends or people she sees on social media and finds people that like she would want as a client. I know we touched on that a couple of weeks ago, like finding a client that fits you. Like Melanie, I know, had said before, like she likes to work out a lot. So she targets people that are more like into fitness, like she is. So doing that is really helping like build your brand, which is a great idea. Yeah. So one other thing, I know I kind of touched on it a little bit in the beginning, but we do end all of our services with a blowout. Like nobody ever really leaves wet from the salon. And we want to make sure that the blowouts at the end of our services are just as great as the people that come in for just a blowout. Because I think like the end style really does make the biggest difference. So next week, we're going to be touching on the color services. So if you have any other questions about blowouts, I know right now it doesn't really seem like anyone does. If you do, feel free to put it in the chat. If not, and you come up with something by next week, we can feel free to talk about that. And if nobody else has any more questions, I kind of think that's it for today. Do you have anything else you want to add, Mel?
No, I think that's it.
Alrighty. Well, we'll give like one more second to see if anyone else has anything they want to say, any feedback, anything else. But if not, then we will see you guys next week.
Right.
All right.